Yo, what's up, guys? ImKikoSuarez here. Welcome back to another episode of Kiko's Corner. How we all doing today? What a beautiful Saturday we had. Today is Sunday. At the time of recording, it's 2:14 in the morning. So do not say I don't grind. Do not say I don't put the work in for you guys. But you guys are getting an episode of Kiko's Corner of the three things that happen in the world of football that I believe you should know. And in today's episode, we're going to talk about three beautiful things. The first beautiful thing that happened, Real Madrid 4, top of the table, Madridistas, let's rejoice, a la Madrid, hasta el final, vamos mi Real, Real Madrid 4, Girona, second place, 0. Let's freaking talk about it, but that is news number 1. News number 2, Bayer Leverkusen and Xabi Alonso, they a stumping on Bayern Munich. And Bayern Munich will by the time I go to sleep and I wake up, Tuchel is probably going to be sacked, or is going to be on the verge of getting sacked, because that guy. I wanted to get Guaje see our visuals on the podcast today, on the episode today, just to get his point of view when it comes down to Bayern, but he was busy. But dude, I texted him and we were talking about it, and oh boy, I might quote him in a little bit. And then the third piece of news is just like a summarize of what happened in the Premier League in Serie A. Nothing huge happened, but at the same time, there were some good games that you think you should know. Just like Inter beating Roma 4-2, and Manchester City coming back, and Haaland coming back, so on. And then PSG obviously PSG top of the league on, but like that's not a surprise right now. They're 11 points clear, so it is what it is. So without further ado, let's jump into the episode. But as always, let me remind you that if you're brand new here, if this is the first time you're watching me, make sure to subscribe. It really does help me out. I'm trying to hit at least 10,000 this year on YouTube when it comes down to just videos, and also leave a 5-star rating or whatever it's called on Spotify or whatever you're listening. Also, make sure to follow ImKikoSuarez on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Snapchat, whatever social media you use. I'm going to be there. ImKikoSuarez. I'm everywhere as ImKikoSuarez. And then last but not least, the official partner of the channel, Chalkboard. Tomorrow, or technically today by the time I'm recording this, the big game is happening. Super Bowl is happening. And if you want to do some coin, if you want to get some coin, use code Kiko. Get your 100% deposit matchup. Get up to $100. Bet those 100 macaroons into the big game. I don't know what you think, but Mahomes probably gonna go off. McCaffrey's gonna score his usual touchdown. Travis Kelce, Taylor Swift is gonna be there, so you know he's gonna go off. Pick some players, put the $100, cash out, bring it out, and just do whatever you want with that money. I don't know what you can do. You can probably buy a football jersey, a soccer jersey, a Kelce jersey, whatever you want to do. If you want to pay your debts, go ahead and do it. But use code Kiko, and it really helps me out. But now that all that's out of the way, let's talk about sports. Let's talk about the beautiful world of sports. Let's start first with Real Madrid, because I had to, right? We have to. Real Madrid 4, Girona 0. This game, before the game started, I'm not even going to lie to you, I was scared. We went in with a back line of Lunin, Lucas Vázquez, Carvajal, Tchouaméni, and Ferland Mendy. A true left back, a CDM, a right back, and a right winger were our backup four, our back four. Then our midfield, the usual suspects. We have Valverde, Kroos, Bellingham. Then we had Valverde, Kroos, Bellingham. Did we? No, wait, who am I missing? I'm forgetting someone, even though I watched the game and I was excited about it. Who am I missing? Camavinga. Okay, Camavinga did play from the get-go. And then Rodrygo and Vini. Let me give my flowers first. Girona, you have been amazing this season. You have been a very good team. And you have done a surprise that a lot of people were not expecting, me included, at the beginning of the season. But today you were demolished. You got reminded what your level was. And this is me not being cocky whatsoever. It's just like if you saw the game, you know what I'm talking about. This year, Girona has been able to compete against every team besides one, and that is Madrid. Both times, we put 3 in your head, and now we put 4 in your head. Today is arguably the best football I've seen from Real Madrid in over 2 years. 2 years? Yeah, 2 years, because we won the Champions League technically 3 years at this point now. Because of seasons and everything in time frame, you know. If you want to say 2 years, technically, I think it's 2 years because we won the one before Manchester City, but whatever. This is the best football I've seen us play. Vinicius, bro, he's the franchise player. I don't understand why people are saying that we're gonna sell him. If you think we're gonna sell Vinicius just because we might be getting Mbappe, if we get Mbappe, get that out of your head. There's legitimate no reason whatsoever. We will be selling Vinicius. Get that out of your head. He's our franchise player. He's the number 7 for a reason. And if we can get Mbappe, Mbappe's going to be our striker, and Vinicius is going to be on the left wing. Rodrygo was kind of quiet. He got his goal. I like how he played. A lot of people were just like, oh my God, like he was bad, blah, 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 blah. He was dangerous. He created a couple chances. He has his one chance after he got a little bit of a run, and he did everything. Jude, second best player on the field after Vini. He's run. We finally saw him again on the number 10 rather than the left center mid position. And bro, him on a free roaming situation, he's so dangerous. He reminds me so much of Zidane. A combination of Zidane and Kaká is unbelievable. Kroos, I think he had 64 passes out of 65 attempts, something ridiculous like that. Valverde, again, the workhorse that he is with like 5 different lungs, insane. Camavinga, generational talent, amazing. And then the big shout out. Tchouaméni, Carvajal, immense in the midfield. Ferland Mendy make sure that left position, that left flank was dominated. And then Lucas Vázquez did his thing. And I would shout out Lunin, but Lunin did nothing. Lunin didn't have to do anything. Lunin was just there. And then, off the bench, Brahim did good. Jose Lu, we're going to talk about him in a second. But Arda Güler, bro. Arda Güler, he finally got some playtime, and he got a freaking penalty. Are you freaking kidding me? This kid played for like 10, 15 minutes, and he got a penalty. And Jose Lu, bro, my guy, Jose Lu, you know I love you. You know I do. I'm one of the biggest Jose Lu people in this platform. I think I might be the biggest Jose Lu fan. You should have given it to. I know you wanted to get on the score. I know you already missed 2 penalties and you wanted to be a part of the party. But you should, bro, you should have given it to Güler. There was no reason to not put a cherry on top to this and let Güler score it. Let Güler try it. And you missed it. That's the worst thing. If you had scored it, people would be like, at least you scored it. You missed it. And that's what it is. That is really, really, really unfortunate for your situation, but you should have done it. But that's really the only downfall of today. Cuoto, the right back from Girona, bro, we were supposed to be in for him. We were supposed to be going for him. That guy is cooked. I don't know if this ruined any possible chance of us getting him, but he got absolute manhandled by Vini today. Vini had one of the best performances I ever seen not that I ever seen. One of the best performances I've seen this season individually. He might have had the best performance individually I've seen and could be in the top 10 performances I ever seen in my life because what he did today, whatever dribbling he wanted, he did it. Trivela pass for the assist, an amazing goal, and then create chance after chance, was dangerous the whole time. He was our main man. Insanity, bro. It's just insanity how good Vini is when he's fully focused, he's healthy, and doesn't have to get careful of like injuries and everything like that. Because when he gets tackled a lot, that's when he gets frustrated. But when they're not able to take him down and he's able to dribble, bro, magical things happen with that kid. Real Madrid is now top of the table, 5 points clear on the top. Now it's really, we're on the passenger seat. Now we own our own destiny, and as long as we don't mess up, we're gonna win La Liga, which is the first out of all the leagues that I've said so far that of the champions. Because at the beginning of the season, with all the injuries, I thought Barcelona was gonna win it. I wasn't expecting Barcelona to collapse the way that they collapsed. I don't think nobody did. But at the same time, I'm glad I'm being proved wrong because that means my team overachieved to my expectations. And now if we play the way that we play today, we can beat anybody. But believe me, today was the best performance I've seen from Madrid all season. So if we can play like this every single game, we will never lose. But a performance like this it doesn't come about every game. This was a performance that everyone was super sharp, super perfect. There was no way of beating us, and it showed. When it comes down to a reflection on the Champions League, if we play like this, nobody can beat us. Maybe Manchester City can beat us if we play like this, but it will be a very, very hard game. But yeah, I like our odds. I still think Manchester City is the favorite, but I like our odds. Let's move on to the second topic, which was Bayern Munich versus Bayer Leverkusen. Bayer Leverkusen wins 3-0 against Bayern Munich. It was at the same time. By the way, whoever decided to put the Bayern Munich game versus at the same time as the Real Madrid Girona game, you have blood on your heads, bro, because both games were amazing for its own respective reason. But the Real Madrid Girona game was amazing, and you took the spotlight away from the Bundesliga game, which doesn't make sense. You should have reschedule or something like that, because it doesn't make sense that you're trying to compete, I know, and you're trying to make your product the more prevalent one. But if you know you're on the backseat, if you know that the Bayern Munich Bayer Leverkusen game will probably be second hand or be the second one behind the Real Madrid game, you should have rescheduled. But that's not here or there. Bayern Munich 0, Bayer Leverkusen 3. Bayer Leverkusen is now top of the table by 5 points as well, or by 3. Let me double check just to be safe. But Bayern Leverkusen now, they own their own destiny as well. They own their own destiny. Xabi Alonso is doing some magical things over there. They are clear by 5 points. They have the best defense with 14 goals conceded and the second best offense with 55 goals. Bayern Munich has the best offense with 59 goals and the second best defense with 22 goals conceded. But they only have 50 points. This comes because they have 3 losses and 2 draws. Leverkusen has 4 draws, 0 losses, which is insane. Leverkusen doesn't know what losing is this season, which I find baffling how good Leverkusen is doing. But if we go back to the game, this was very, very shocking in a sense, and you could put a lot of fault on Tuchel from the get-go. Like I said at the beginning of the podcast, of the video, that Tuchel is probably going to get sacked. And why that is because just looking at the lineup from the get-go, he put Eric Dyer, who signed for Bayern, I think, a game ago, over De Ligt. And also this gentleman right here on the left wing position, or the left wing back position, Saka Boy, it was one of the two. He played left wing back today, right? He hasn't played left wing back since his time in Ligue 1. He was in Galatasaray right now. Since his time in Ligue 1, he hasn't played left wing back. Over Alphonso Davies, I don't know if Alphonso Davies was injured or what. I believe he is, but you have Rafael Guerreiro and all of them. You put a player that hasn't played left wing back position for arguably your most important game of the season? That's just dumb. That's just ridiculous. That's just stupid. Then, Eric Dyer, bro, I like him. He's a good player. You're going to bench Matthijs de Ligt over him? Are you freaking crazy? And then Joshua Kimmich. I don't know if he was injured. I don't know if he was touched. You're going to bench Joshua freaking Kimmich on the most important game of your fucking season? Like, are you kidding me? Like, it doesn't make sense. And then Harry Kane, this fraud, bro. You're talking about, you went to Bayern Munich. You went to Bayern freaking Munich. A team that is known for winning the easy trophies every season because they win the Bundesliga and dominate the Bundesliga so much. You go there, you lose the DFB Pokal or the German Super Cup, and you're probably not going to win the Bundesliga. Now you depend on the Champions League to get your freaking title, to get your freaking trophy. And your guys are not favored. This is where I said, like, see our visuals. I wish he was here recording this with me, but I'm gonna send what he said on the audio message that he sent me. So at the very end, Okay, so we are playing like a fucking joke, and honestly, bro, like this is probably reactionary. I don't see it. I don't see us beating Lazio. Not the way that we are fucking playing. Fuck that shit. You know what? Honestly, stay out of the round of 16. I'm okay with staying out of the round of 16. I'm okay with us going trophyless. Get Tuchel out this fucking club. You should have never been coach. You should have never been brought on. I'm fucking living with the way we've been playing. And today, really honestly, cemented my feelings towards fucking Ken Stan, that fucking fraud. That's a true Bundesliga fan. That's a true Bayern Munich fan. And he is done with Tuchel. So I can only imagine what the sentiment for everyone else is. And again, Harry Kane, bro, you're a striker. You should be in the box the whole time. Not trying to be this playmaker bullshit that you try to the mask your play style with, because when a striker has to drop in and do games, guess what? Great, you are making plays, you are opening the wings. Guess what? The wings needs to cross to somebody, and if you're the one doing the plays, guess what? Nobody's there. Your role should be scoring goals, not freaking doing whatever you try to do. Now, let's talk about freaking Leverkusen, because Leverkusen deserves it. Alex Grimaldo, bro, amazing signing for them this season. Amazing signing from Benfica, and he has cooked this season as a left wing back. The whole defense was great. Xhaka cooked. Wirtz was really good. Stanisic scored a goal. Fun fact, if you didn't know this, Stanisic is a Bayern Munich loanee. He's not even a player. They don't even like buy him with a buyback clause. He's a loanee. So I don't know why Bayern didn't put a stipulation on the contract to not let him play against them. But I digress. And then everyone else, bro, they did okay. Jeremy Frimpong. This result is very fugazi, per se, because the 3-0, it should actually be a 2-0. The reason why it's a 3-0 is because Neuer went up at the 93rd to see if they could get a goal and see if they could spark something. They headed it. Neuer is not there. Frimpong just runs, puts someone on a skate. I think he puts Kimmich or someone on skates. Goes to the floor, dribbles a little bit, and puts it in the back of the net, and that made the 3-0, and they closed the game with a cherry on top. But besides, bro, that's something that you need to know. Freaking Bayer Leverkusen cooked freaking Bayern Munich, and now they're top of the table. Now let's just talk about the Inter Milan game, the 4-2. Seems like it was an amazing game. I didn't get to watch it because, again, it was at the same time that the other games. But we have Francesco Acerbi, Marcos Thuram, Angelino, and Alessandro Bastoni scoring for Inter Milan. Gianluca Mangini and Stefano El Shaarawy, El Faraoni, scoring for Inter Milan. And at this point, if we go to the Serie A with the standings, Inter. By the way, that's my team. You can see right here, I have an old 2010 jersey from Inter Milan. This is my team from Italy. Inter, we are top of the table right now with 7 points over Juventus. And as long as we don't slow down, as long as Mancini, or Inzaghi, sorry, as long as Inzaghi, Lautaro Martinez, and all of them, Thuram, and Kanahoglu, who has hit his prime with us somehow, at this age, as long as they don't slow down, they can win the league very comfortably, but 2, give the surprise or be the dark horse that I think they are for the Champions League, because their game against Atletico Madrid is going to be amazing. I'm telling you right now, that game as a whole is going to be insane, in my opinion. It's gonna decide who's gonna go through in different rounds, because if Inter Milan goes through, I feel like they can eliminate some teams. If Atletico Madrid goes through, I feel like they can eliminate certain teams, because they do certain styles, certain different types of play, and styles make fights. And some teams would dread to play against Inter but would love to play against Atletico, and some teams would love to play against Atletico but dread playing against Inter, or vice versa. I don't know if I just misspoke, but you know what I meant. Now for the Premier League, just real quick, overall, Haaland is back. He got a brace today. Not too much to say. I think I do really think Manchester City is just gonna get back to the top, and they're gonna win as long as they don't get any injury bug or anything like that. Spurs, Brennan Johnson at the very end, at the 96th minute, they get the winner. At this point, if Tottenham keeps doing this, and again they don't get any injuries, they might compete for the top 4. I thought without Kane, they're going to be like top 6, top 7. But hey, they're proving me wrong. Angie, you're doing amazing. And then what other game happened today that matters? Liverpool won 3-1 against Burnley. They're competing for their spot at the top of the table. And then tomorrow, Arsenal will be playing against West Ham, which is an important game. It is at the London Stadium, at the West Ham Stadium. And besides that, Fulham beat Brentford 3-1. Don't really care about that game. And then Luton lost against Sheffield. And Newcastle beats Nottingham Forest in a 3-2 thriller. But besides that, Newcastle, it's really, again, Fugazi. Newcastle came and went very fast this season. I don't know why. And they're now 7th in the table. But very last of the episode before I wrap it up, because we're already on the 20-minute mark. Today is the big game. Chiefs versus 49ers. Mahomes versus Purdy. Kittle versus Kelce. McCaffrey versus Pacheco. And Ayuk, Shanahan. Deebo Samuel versus Rice, Reid, and... who's the other wide receiver? Oh, and Kevin Toney Kadarius Toney from freaking the Chiefs. Overall, my prediction is this. Since the beginning of the season, I said that the 49ers were going to win the Super Bowl. I'm one game away from getting my prediction right. But Mahomes is just too good. You don't bet against Mahomes. You didn't bet against Brady. You didn't bet against Mahomes. My prediction is still, I'm going to ride with my 49ers to win. But if I was to be a betting man, which I am, I would put my money on the spread for the Chiefs. And this is why. I'd rather go down the ship with Mahomes than being burned by him. And we've seen him do this time after time after time already in his short career. And the 49ers, even though they're really good, a lot of their wins came from either mistakes or came from beating very bad teams. And when the push came to shove, like against the Green Packers, against, it wasn't the Ravens, I forget. Or was it? What? No, it wasn't against the Ravens. I forget who they had to play after the Packers. And let me see, just to be safe. 49ers playoffs. Okay, before the Chiefs, they had to play against the Lions. Bro, the Lions 34-31. Packers 24-21. It just doesn't get too... It's not the best. And they got packed by the Ravens, if you remember. So, are they the best team? Absolutely. Would I bet for them? Yes. Would I be betting for them? I don't think so. I think if I was to put money, I'd rather get burned by Mahomes. But that is just me. Let me know in the comments who you predict. And that's how we're going to close the episode. Again, the 3 things you needed to know. Real Madrid, top of the table after smacking Girona. Bayer Leverkusen now owns their own destiny and might win the Bundesliga. We might have a different champion in the Bundesliga for the first time in 10 years. Inter is really good. Manchester City is probably going to win the Premier League again, and they're on pace to do it again. And you don't bet against Mahomes. But let me know in the comments what you think. As always, drop a like, subscribe, follow me on all the social media. I'm ImKikoSuarez everywhere. Leave a 5-star rating on the podcast. And have an amazing night. Love sports. And I'll see you next time. Peace.